Miss Karina's a big dreamer, a metaphysician on a mission of inspiration and transformation, which led her to this manifestation. Miss Aruba Island Queen, Meta Lifestyle Magazine.
Welcome to the Meta Lifestyle Magazine show. I'm your host, Karina Felix. Join me each week on this exciting new magazine TV platform as I bring in guests that will discuss everything from spiritual growth, personal awareness, and business success. Join us as we share our journeys and inspire you to live a meaningful life, serve a higher purpose, and make a global impact. Hello, 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 and welcome to Meta Lifestyle Magazine, the source for enhancing, impacting, and transforming lifestyles. I am your host, Karina Felix, as well as the publisher of the Meta Lifestyle Magazine. And with me, of course, I have my trusted sidekick and co-host.
Hi everyone, my name is Nandini and I'm delighted to be here today. Today, Karina and I have a wealth of information for you. We're having a master class on the benefits of promotion and publicity. It is what every entrepreneur, what every small business needs.
So, Nandini, as you are aware, last week I was on a summit that you had also signed up to be, and it was amazing. We had over 50 people from what I can see on myself, and they were featuring 9 presenters, of which I was one of the presenters, and it was part of a program that I was part of, and the program was about finding your niche, knowing exactly what you want, what's your product, what's your service, what's your message, and then be laser focused on that message, product, whatever, your business. And once you've done that marketing part of figuring out who's my target market, what do I want for my business, who do I want to reach, once you've done all of that part, then the next step is usually, many people get stuck right there. Mm-hmm. You're aware of that, right? Mm-hmm. So we got stuck because you're thinking, well, I'm doing this coaching and they're telling me, to post here and do a little newsletter there and a little bit, but that's not enough. And it's not enough because we are in our little group of people. So my community is my community and her community is her community. So when each of us start promoting within that community, you're reaching the same people over and over again. Eventually, you are going to exhaust your client list, whether they've already used your service, have tried it at some point, or because you're in the same program and you hear it so much, you kind of lose the momentum of wanting to do anything with it. So I always say, so you've published your book. Now what? What do you do with that book? You start a business. Now what? What are you doing with that business? Where are you going to take it? If you don't have a direct path to where you want to be, and that want to be could be anything from, I want to pack the world, or I just want financial freedom. I want time freedom. I want the money, I want the time, I want the comfort, I want the lifestyle, whatever that is. But you have to know what that is. If not, we're just going here in what we call the hamster wheel, just doing the same thing. So we literally we kind of lost our mojo with COVID. Before COVID, at least we would do a little bit of a little Google ad here or a Facebook boost there, and we'd pay for advertisement to get our word out. And then COVID came around, which was kind of a blessing in disguise anyway. We all went inside. So we are on our computer and we joined community after community after community, right? We've all been in all kind of communities. But now we're again coming outside of that. So the live events are starting again, the workshops, the conferences, they're restarting. People are, we've missed the connection. And for me, especially since I started with the magazine, I've been pretty much every weekend out to some event, and the fun part was meeting the people that I've only seen online and spoken to an email, and it's like, here they are right here in front of me. And I'm so fortunate because two of them are right in here with me today, and we have Joe Petroski. And what I want to say is Joe is one of the first visionaries in the spotlight in my first issue, and that's because we were talking back and forth for a while. We were in the same coaching program, and we got to meet each other, and with asking questions and hearing his mission and his vision and the work he has been doing with what he has and his experiences, and especially the background. And he was able to share with us in the magazine some very intimate, raw experiences that now has propelled him to want to reach more people and help in that category. So we're going to pan over right now to Joe so he could tell his story.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be in the magazine. And like you had said, that so many of us had gone into unwilling hiding because of COVID. And the magazine actually had gotten me in front of people that hadn't seen me for a while, or they had seen, the different posts about COVID. And this actually helped a lot because they got back into focus. And it was also some things that it's like, oh my God, I saw you on Facebook and I saw this and I saw this and I saw that. But I didn't know that you did readings. I didn't know that that was part of your healing. And so it was very helpful to be able to have this kind of format, and then to be able to put it out there. And because of the fact that you have the huge picture of me and the story, it literally brought a lot of joy to the people. And people said, oh my God, you got a beard, and and it's like, yes I do. And so it was a really fun opportunity, and it was a nice additional method to be able to talk with people and to present with people. And having this extra resource on Facebook, having this extra resource on Instagram, and then being able to send it out to select people really made a difference. And so I appreciate it. And one of the things that came up is when I was talking with people is, what's your purpose? What is your purpose? And what is your message? And have you made your message, is it your mission? Because sometimes it's not your mission. But if it is your mission, what are you doing to get it out there? So this has really helped with that. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. That was excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. As you could see, that picture they just showed was the first time Joe and I met in person. And we kind of freaked out, didn't we? But the best part was it almost felt like we were already friends, because we've been communicating for so long. Mm-hmm. And the crazy part is we don't even live that far away from each other. How crazy is that? Yeah. So in the meantime, of course, now that I've gotten to that position, that's that space, of course, I'm gonna take advantage as well. So Joe did come over, and we had a first session, and session number 2 is still on the line, and it was, sometimes it's kind of hard to explain because each experience is different to each of us. And I'm sure you could get a little deeper into it, because my issues obviously is going to be something different to Nandini's and everyone else. So when you are working with someone, you are working with that person and the issue that they're in at that moment. What can you tell us about that?
Exactly. And so one of the gifts that Creator's given me is I can actually see the absolute best of who you are, your desires, your passion, and your purpose. And then I can also see the subconscious blocks that are stopping that. And the subconscious is this really kind of sinister little aspect, because it actually is stopping you from doing all the things that you were meant to do, the reason that you were born. And so we go through life events, and that subconscious mind is formed. And then we go through other life events that basically prove that horrible subconscious that stops us from being who we truly are. And so when I see a client, what I do is I remind them, and I start to speak about the absolute best aspects of them, because we were all born incredible miracles. God made us incredible miracles, and yet we go through life, sit down, shut up, and behave. And then what ended up happening is with COVID, sit down, cover up, shut up, go away. And so now what it is that's triggered so many horrible, deep, hurtful aspects of people. And so when I come in there and I pay attention to the best of them, all of a sudden that starts to percolate, and it's literally like the flowers coming out of the earth again to bring that up. And then if a person needs the body work, what I'll do is the body will call for that. And sometimes I do that, rarely I do. But when I do, it's very, very simple and very, very easy. And again, it brings out those hurts. It brings out those events that have stopped us from being who we are. Because in us, our body wants to be that magnificent aspect. Like Marianne Williamson talks about in Return to Love, our greatest fear isn't being insignificant. It's about our greatness. And she says it much more eloquent. But we get to live that greatness. And that's the part that I just absolutely love with the healing work and the coaching work.
So Joe, you just realize how much information you just put out for everyone and how amazing that information is. Can you imagine if no one was here to hear it and listen and get to know who you are and be able to reach you, because maybe that's exactly what they need? So how else are you going to use this platform to get you out there? Because that's my mission, to get you guys on this platform where you're seen, heard, acknowledged, followed, where you become the expert in your field in this. How else can we make this work and get you to that next level as a small business owner?
Well, like the adage says, it takes at least 7 times, and now they're saying it's more for people to see you. And so what I'm going to do is repurpose this again. I put it out on Facebook and I put it on Instagram 2 or 3 times. But I'm going to do that again to be able to let people see this. And when they see the combination of the picture and the text, it's powerful. And so when I repurpose it like that, and then also there's a lot of people that with the emails that have not seen me regularly or had information from me, and so this is something that is just a, if you will, kind of an enjoyment piece and a pick-me-up piece. And so if I send that out in an email, it's giving them content of joy and purpose and happiness without any kind of selling. And so for them to be able to see that, it becomes a very useful aspect, very, very useful. And it's also when I share this, or Michelle's, when we were on and I shared Michelle's stuff, and then when I'm drawing a blank on the fella, when I saw his stuff and read his stuff and shared that, it was powerful. And I like to be able to shed good, positive things with people.
But Joe, what I'm thinking is that the fact that you are being interviewed by a third party, to my mind, that gives you a lot of credibility. You're being featured in a magazine, rather than simply putting a post on Facebook or doing a post on Instagram. I am thinking that when you are interviewed by somebody else, that person has done a bit of research into you and your work, and that gives you some credibility. Do you agree with that?
Oh, completely. Because if I make the post myself, it's like, okay, whatever. But like you said, when a trusted expert, and when you have the power of the Meta Lifestyle magazine, when you have that behind, okay, you guys then are interviewing me, people are like, oh, really? He made the magazine. And this is something where that means something again. Because there's so many people out there that self-publish and whatever, but when you have a magazine of your style, of all of your credentials, the fact that you had previous magazine success, huge success, and you choose to interview me, that's like, oh wow, cool, thank you. I'm definitely honored.
And because I'm losing my voice, because my vision mission is to bring back, and I love it. There's a message here from Vismaya saying, writing for Meta Lifestyle magazine has definitely given me more credibility. Thank you, Michelle, Vismaya. We
Vismaya.
call her Vismaya. Thank you so much for tuning in. So my mission is to uplift small business owners. And yes, there is so much information out there. And like I said, there are so many people offering so many different packages. But at the end of the day, we want to be with someone that we relate to, someone that connects with us energetically. And my job right now is to make sure I put as many of those people out there to be seen, to be heard, and so that the people that need this information can find it. So whether that's having you on the magazine, on the website, on whatever information that's going out through this is really what this is all about. And I'm hoping you guys are feeling this, and I hope you understand that this is really what this is all about. Because there really are moments that I'm thinking, what am I doing? I could retire and like do nothing. But obviously it's not part of why I'm here. My soul came here to learn and grow and expand and do this. And this is why I am here. And here is Vismaya on cover. And Vismaya, I don't have the yet, but Vismaya is one of my writers. And she has done not only an amazing fun articles, but we had her come back and she did the gratitude punch. Do we have any footage of the gratitude punch? Maybe we'll get back to that maybe a little later. But and here is Miss Nancy Matthews from WPN Women's Prosperity Network, and she was my cover feature. And again, so this is her at an event using the magazine again to market herself, promote herself, and show her credibility being on the cover. And of course, this is Dr. Patricia Rogers herself, who is on the February issue, and also just saw her here in Miami because she lives in Atlanta, but she was doing an event here. And she not only, and I wish I could show even more footage. I got videos of her dancing with the magazine. She had all her entourage, as I call them, all of us in one group. Nandini was there with me. There we are.
There we are.
Everybody with a magazine in their hand. She was so proud and excited to be on the magazine. So you see, this is how, and here's more of the WPN people that I've never met before, because there's Claudia and who else do we have in the background? So there's all of these people that's part of this one group that I'm now starting to meet because we're meeting in person again and we're connecting live, which is so much more fun.
I think it's important to point out as well that with the magazine there is a captive audience.
It is.
The targeted audience are people who are interested in a holistic way of living.
Yes.
So, you know, these are the entrepreneurs that we are featuring in the magazine. So when you are featured in the magazine, you know that you're going to reach your target audience. And it's something that you can use in so many different ways.
And here's the best part. Because I'm so committed to this, that I've actually created, and we were just talking about this 3-month promotional publicity campaign, so that I kind of want to show how it works. So you get a book, you write your book, you have your book. What are you going to do with that book? That book is the door to get you into everything else that you've been wanting, whether it's the extra speaking gigs, whether it's getting paid to talk as the expert in your field, whether it's to create more programs, more coaching, more whatever that is. But the book is just the first step.
It is the first step, and
Right.
I can speak about my own experience.
Go ahead.
You know, I've published a children's book, and it's not just another children's book. There is a very specific message around it about preservation of our earth, of nature, which is something that we've messed up quite badly. So my platform is all about a reimagining of children's education around nature and nurturing the nature leaders of tomorrow, today. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And being part of Meta Lifestyle magazine has allowed me to reach audiences that I really wouldn't have done on my own. I am so introverted, and it's one of, it's something that prevents me from promoting myself. So I'm very, very grateful to Karina and the magazine to be able to get my message out, through partnering with Meta Lifestyle. Karina introduced me to a book fair, which I know that I would not have found on my own. I was just thinking about social media as my form of advertising, and going out to the book fair and actually demonstrating what my book is all about. My book is based on a device that is called the Music of the Plants, and I was able to demonstrate that to the audience, who were there. Something very fascinating for people. A lot of people are not aware about this device. They're not aware that plants create music, which is what my message is all about. And then through Meta Lifestyle magazine as well, I was able to be featured on the Editor's Desk, which is another show that is held here at the Brooklyn Cafe Studio. And it was just a very, very wonderful way of being able to share my message. And it comes back to the point of being interviewed by a third party. The fact that the Editor's Desk interviews various authors, and being able to be interviewed by them and sharing my message and having that video that I can then repurpose, and I'm using that as Facebook Reels, as Instagram Reels, and it's not just me speaking on my own, not just me being at home speaking into a microphone and sharing a message. I am sharing a message on a platform that features various authors. To my mind, that gives me a huge amount of credibility, and being able to do that has given me and my message a lot more traction. I'm getting a lot more interaction. People are becoming more and more curious about what it is I am doing, what my message is all about. So Karina is teaching me all about promotion and publicity, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
So, as you know, I have been in this field for a very long time. I started my first marketing and PR company, which was called Profile Marketing and PR, in Aruba, way back when, in my 20s. And this is before we had computers and internet and social media and emails. So everything was done by hand. This is when we had Microsoft Publisher, and I would design my artwork, and I would represent several businesses, restaurants, pastry shops, pharmacy companies, and I would create their ads, and then I had to go to the newspaper in person and deliver it. And then they, and all of this transaction was one-on-one, because we didn't have social media back then. We didn't have internet. I know, long time ago. But anyway, and then this also went, like if I had to do, I would create menus for restaurants. And I used to also make newsletters for these companies. And because Aruba is a multilingual island where we speak 4 languages, I had to do these newsletters in either dual or triple language, whether it was English, Spanish, Dutch, or Papiamento, or whatever that is. They had to be multilingual to reach everyone's interest. So I used to create these newsletters. I mean, I even went so far, and when you go into a hotel and they have their reel going in with, what to do in a hotel, and what to do in the island, and what to do. I created that for 6, 7 hotels. I had to fly to New York City. I got to create all the discs. I got to do the voiceover. So I've been in this field for a long, long time. And at the end, it's all about publicity, promotion, advertising. And we kind of switch away from advertising again, like I said, because we kept thinking, if I just post enough, then, I'm doing my job. But even so, look what an influencer needs to do now. They have to be having millions of followers to get any traction, right? And they got to be consistent every single day. They can't take a break. But you have a small business. That's not the life you want to live. You want to be able to take your weekends off. You want to go home at 5 o'clock like regular people. Because us entrepreneurs, we can go 24/7 until we crash. Yeah, we need to sleep. So, but this is the point I'm trying to make, because I think we keep getting lost in where do I repurpose my funds now. So here I got my business, I have my message, I have my products. Where do I go from here?
So very true, very, very true.
So I know you're thinking, well, what is she saying? And it's what I'm saying is people are reaching out to me, and I'm trying to educate. This is pure education here. Pure information, pure education. And that is because we now need to build our business. You have a voice, you have a message, and people need to see you. And that's what we're here to do, and we're here to help each other. We're not in this alone. This is literally a joint venture.
It's all about collaboration, for sure.
Definitely. So we're going to go on commercial break, and when we come back, we have the 7, what is it? 7, I forget. It was 7
Well,
benefits.
it's all about, why advertising is important and what are the benefits for small businesses in doing publicity and promotional campaigns.
Be right back. And we're back, and I'm going to jump right over to Lynn Everard. And Lynn and I have exactly kind of the same story. We reached out to each other on online, again through a group or email. I don't even know where the first connection started, but one day I was at a monthly networking event, and there we were in the same place again. And again, it was like, oh my goodness, it's you in person. And we, of course, the usual, and we couldn't stop talking. We just blah, 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 because we had so much in common. We had so much stories to share. So I'm going to pass it on and remember when we first met, Lynn?
I do, yes.
That was a lot of fun. Like, we couldn't stop talking. We're like we need to make another appointment to finish the conversation. And this is how synchronicity works. Eventually, I couldn't publish the magazine when I wanted to, which was the beginning of 2022. But again, everything is divine timing. It came out January 2023, of which Lynn is one of my writers. And he wrote this great story that was kind of just sitting there waiting to be published, waiting for me to just put this magazine out. And it was about connecting with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And that's a conversation on its own. And because of this article, Lynn was invited to come on a different show called the Brooklyn Cafe Show that is right here. This is the Brooklyn Cafe Show studio right here. That's where we at. And in talking about his article at the show, it's where that epiphany came, and I said, I gotta have my own show. So this is what this is all about. But first, go ahead and tell us how you are being able to use your article and that connection with the magazine to go ahead and find that other space.
So the article fits into a bigger picture of who I am and what I do. That area is not something I spend a lot of time on, but it's something that I'm very interested in. And, really my work is about helping people discover the truth of themselves. And that's because that's my story as a product of incest and someone who spent the vast majority of their life not knowing who they were. So truth became really important to me, and knowing who I was became very important to me. And then I started to realize that that was important for other people as well. that there were other people that didn't really fully know themselves. And so that article is really, to me, it's a conversation starter. It's something to cause people to start to think within themselves and be able to ask questions of themselves and be able to go deeper into things. And the magazine is a way for people to get like a sampling of different ideas and you know, be able to translate that into whatever they're doing, however they're functioning in their life, to be able to have a better understanding of who they are and to ultimately be able to live the meta lifestyle life, right? Because it's really important to talk about that and to know what it means to live a meta lifestyle. Correct. Right? And you define that at the beginning of the show and you define that in the magazine. But I think it's really important to continue that message and to help people understand, and because this is something that we can all strive for. This is something that we can all create within ourselves, and we can create it with the help of others, and we can look at the various articles in the magazine and be able to say, wow, I didn't realize that, or pick up a nugget here and a nugget there, and be able to add that into the work you're already doing. Right. To be able to live the life that you want to live. And then at the same time, for all of us who have businesses, to be able to gain additional exposure. And you know, one of the things I love is that you know, when I came into the studio about 8 months ago and ultimately became a co-host of the Editor's Desk, where we actually had Nandini on a couple weeks ago, and Karina, we had you on last week, and Nandini, you mentioned collaboration, and this is really what it's all about, is that we all work together, we all help each other, and the magazine is a really important part of that. Matter of fact, to me, it was so important that when I knew the magazine was coming out, that I went to the producers and I said, I told them who you were, Karina, and I said I'd love to have her come on the Brooklyn Cafe show. And I'll never forget that day, Karina, because you walked in, you sat down, and I just really didn't know if you were ever going to leave.
She hasn't.
I haven't left. I'm still here.
because you had found a home.
I did find a home.
And then I don't even know how long it took. Was it the same day or the day after you decided?
Same day. That
you were
very
gonna have a
second.
show?
As soon as the show was over, I went straight to Freddie and I said, how can I have my own show? Yeah. And he said, just have it. And I'm like, that's it? He goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. And within a week, I came, sat down. I'm like, here's the credit card. Cash it out. I'm in. And yeah, here we are.
But what's amazing about that is the collaboration.
Yes.
Right? And the magazine is a place, just like the studio here is a place to be able to come in contact with ideas, with people, and to be able to say, wow, what would happen if I started a conversation with that person about this topic? And you never know where that's going to go. You never know who you're going to meet, or you'll read their article and say, wait a minute, didn't I read your article? I'm just meeting you for the first time, but didn't I read your article in last month's issue of Meta Lifestyle magazine?
And they recognize your face,
yes,
which is very important. When they can recognize your face and your name, all of a sudden it's like, wow, I know you. And you go, no, you don't. I've seen you. No, we haven't met. Oh my goodness, you're the guy from the magazine. And that's what I've had for a very long time, because as you know, I just want to show this. I used to be the publisher of Dancing magazine. And I've done this for 10 plus years. And I've covered dance all over Florida, and just meeting the people. And the fun part is the students seeing the teachers in there, the teachers seeing, their students in there, and the collaboration between studios and the competition companies and the production and the theaters and the retail stores. All of a sudden, we had a community that came together because the magazine created that community, which is what we are doing now by bringing all of these people in this different branch. But at the end of the day, we're here to live a balanced lifestyle. And balance means having a little bit of everything. And this is hilarious because I forgot to turn my phone off. So,
I'd like to make a point, Karina. At the book fair, I had a copy of the magazine on the table that I was sat at. And one of the ladies who was also participating in the book fair, she walked up and she saw the article about the divine feminine, Lynn's article about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And she said, "Oh, I'm very interested in this." And she took the magazine, she went back to her table, she read the article, she flipped through the magazine, and she came back to me and she said, "This is very powerful. How do I be a part of this?" Because she recognized the opportunity to be able to share her own message within the pages of the magazine to give herself more publicity for her book and for her message. That is how it works. It's all about collaboration, getting yourself out there, getting your message to the eyes and also the ears, because now we have this TV and radio platform. So you're not only, on Facebook or on an ad, you have this multimedia platform to promote you.
did you want to finish saying something, Lynn?
So I've actually been writing magazine articles for about 20 plus years, but the opportunity, they were all in technical kind of magazines, right? But I love writing for a magazine like this because you can really bring forth some ideas, some things you've been thinking about. And let's face it, everybody has a message. You mentioned that earlier. And so maybe the book is too big for you right now. But what if you started with an article?
Correct.
Right? What if you got just the beginning piece of it and put an article in the magazine and then see what that feels like? And then maybe explore that you have something even more in you that you want to do something with.
Well,
right?
what an article does, because not only the articles are not just in the magazine, they end up also on the website. So if someone is doing a research, they're looking for something specific, and they're Googling or whatever, and this, so let's say again, we're going to touch base on your article, which is the divine feminine, divine masculine. What if they're doing a research on that, and boom, they find Lynn's article? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to go looking for Lynn and say, "Hey, can you come and talk about it? Because obviously you wrote about it, you know about it, this is your expertise. We're looking for people that can talk about this particular topic." So this is why I keep saying, if you have a message, you have to put it out there, because someone do need it. They need our messages. They need a little bit of everything. Like I said, whether it's emotional, physical, personal development, whether it's business, whether it's finance, whether it is spiritual. We need all those components to have that balanced lifestyle. That's what Meta Lifestyle is all about. It's about finding the information that you need when you need it. And at the same time, it gets to be a platform for entrepreneurs and small business owners to launch and be seen and be out there and have this whole new, and again, we cannot do anything alone. We need to do this as a collaboration.
Together,
It has to be a cooperative effort, right? So, this is why we're here. This is why I'm sitting here every day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Boca, Florida. This is why we are here. This is why this magazine comes out every month, because the message is more important than anything else. And I hope that you've been subscribing. I hope that you've been following us. And I hope that you actually touching base with whether it's our writers or advertisers or promoters or sponsors, whatever that is. There is so much important information out there. So Nandini, we're going to start and saying, because I went online and did a research. So, it's not me. I did my research because I'm a research girl. And we came up with a couple of answers. And one of them is the 7 benefits of advertising. So do you want to start, Nandini? Let's start with why is advertising important for small businesses? And I'm saying small business because right now that's my niche. My niche is entrepreneurs, small business owners who are right there but want to break the surface and want to go out there.
Well, acquiring new customers is a must for business growth. That's a given. Advertising is important because it can help you reach more people within your target audience when messaging that appeals directly to them. And I like those words, target audience, which is what the Meta Lifestyle magazine brings to you. We are all about living a holistic life, a metaphysical approach to life. If you are an entrepreneur in that field, you already have that captive audience with the Meta Lifestyle magazine.
What number did you read? Number 1?
It was behind number 2.
7 benefits. Oh, so we're going to go. What are? So it says, what is advertising? And what we get here, it says, advertising is customer retention. So you may already have customers. Now your next step is, how do you keep them? Because it's so much easier to have an ongoing, whatever clients you already have, you have to keep building on that, offering something extra, more value. You want to keep them because you already have them. It's less work. And then, of course, it says customer retention is the foundation of business growth. You need loyal, returning clients, the people who love your brand, send you referrals and via word of mouth, and likely would spend more money on you, your product, your service, because they're fully engaged in what you're already offering. So this is like effective advertising to drive repeat guests by keeping your customers' attention on your product and your service.
You build awareness. If you don't use ads to put your brand at the forefront of people's minds, your competitors will gladly take the spotlight. And if you stay in the shadows too long, you will lose relevance in consumers' minds. It's all about continuous exposure.
Okay, so this is the 7 benefits of advertising and why it's well worth the cost for small advertisers. And you just said number 1, which was building awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 2 is to educate your consumers. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. Sometimes we don't even know what we need. And then one day you hear it, read it, or someone talk to you, whatever, in a conversation, and you go, oh my goodness, I need that information. So under educate consumers, we have ads are powerful tools for helping small businesses earn the money they need to survive and thrive. Ad campaigns can directly increase sales by driving more consumers straight to your physical store, website, and even specific product pages. Number
3, boost your reputation. Advertising significantly increases your brand's exposure to your target audience. Online ad campaigns offer advanced targeting capabilities that boost return on investment. Advertising directly impacts sales and revenue for many small businesses.
4, build awareness. If you don't use ads to put your brand at the forefront of people's mind, your competitors will gladly take the spotlight. And if you stay in the shadow too long, you lose relevance in your customer's mind. It's really all about continuous exposure.
Acquire new customers. Whether you're launching a new product or service, or simply trying to get your brand out into the world, ad campaigns can help you reach more of the right people.
I don't have to rest, so you go ahead.
So retain existing customers. Advertising is a type of paid promotion that brings attention to your key message, and is the crucial next step for making your digital marketing strategies work. It increases your brand exposure so you can quickly achieve your business goals, from building your customer base to growing your sales volume. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, because I don't have my stuff.
So stay ahead of the competition. Your target customers will likely need to come across your business a handful of times before they start to remember you, and ad campaigns help you achieve this. I think this is an important point. You know, we do a post, we do an ad, and then we sit back and we think, where are my clients?
Right, nobody answered.
You know, there's no traction, and we forget that we need this repeat, repeat, repeat. Many online platforms use trackers called cookies to determine who has previously seen your ad. Thanks to this data, businesses like yours can retarget the same viewers using digital forms of advertising. With this continuous reach, you can become well known within your target market. Make sales.
Always sales.
Advertising helps educate consumers about how your products or services help them and what your brand stands for. You can use ad campaigns to improve your brand building and to generate a deeper understanding of your brand, from your company mission to the value of what you sell. As your target market understands more about your business, they'll feel a stronger connection to your brand, helping you build customer trust and loyalty, and getting you one step closer to making a sale. And that's another key point, isn't it? It's about brand awareness.
You know, there's so much out there. There's so much coming at us. And we don't need everyone. We just need our tribe. We just need our target market. You just need those people that can relate to what you're offering. So you don't want to market to everybody, because not everybody's interested in what you have to offer. But there is a huge market that wants exactly what you're offering.
Yeah, that comes back to the point of this captive audience that the Meta Lifestyle magazine and TV and radio show has. It's all about people who are interested in a holistic way of living, and that is only an increasing audience. That audience is growing every single day as people are waking up to self-healing, to taking control of their lives. We have been conditioned to give our power away, and I think that we're stepping into a new paradigm now, where people are taking back their power, and people are becoming more and more interested in natural ways of living, you know, reconnecting with nature, which is something that we've ignored for far too long. And I think you were talking earlier about, you know, the hidden benefits about COVID. You know, people realize just how much they missed being outside, just how much they missed connecting with other people, you know. And I think it's been responsible for helping people to realize, look, we've lost our way here a bit. We need to find our way back to ourselves. And that is why there is this continuous growth in this holistic market. People are finding their ways back to themselves, and the entrepreneurs that we promote at the Meta Lifestyle magazine are all about that, helping us to get back to ourselves, a holistic way of living.
So on that note, I want to remind you guys that I will obviously have our own meet and greet event because I can't wait to meet my tribe once more. And I'm saying once more because I, 1 year actually was the president of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce for any of you who attended that event. And we had our first couple of meet and greets, and it was the most amazing turnout. I mean, I think over 75, 80 people showed up. And it was fun. It was people I've never met before to people I've met in the past or met in a different field. And I realized we still need that. We still need that networking, that sharing ideas, sharing thoughts. And so log into my website, Meta Lifestyle Magazine /events, and there you will see the upcoming events or where we're meeting, when we're meeting, and come on out, have fun. Let's just connect again and have a great time together, right?
Would love to meet everyone, yes.
Right, it's been a while because we met because of the Holistic Health Connection.
Yes, yes.
And that's where we met. And then, of course, we ended up meeting again in Sedona, Arizona, because we both graduated with a metaphysical science degree.
Yeah, master's in metaphysical
Correct.
science, yeah.
So that's kind of how this been, again, just been rolling, over the years. But yeah, so we have so much set aside for you. One of the important one is the Meta Lifestyle Society, of which you could see all our guests here are part of that membership. And that's where we not only get together live for networking events, but this is where we do joint ventures together. This is how we help do our cross promotion, and this is how we help each other. So if you are not a member of the Meta Lifestyle Society, I urge you to go to our website, which again is metalifestylemagazine.com/society, and join our club and membership and let's have fun together.
Yes.
I think that's we're kind of just like that. An hour goes by, and I know we did a lot of talking. We've put a lot of information out there, and we are here to answer any questions you may have. Please reach out to any one of us by email, text, whatever connection. I'm sure Joe's people are going to reach out to him, and Lynn's people are going to reach out to him, and Nandini's people and my people. But together we create an amazing platform because we are here to enhance, impact, and transform lifestyles. And we do that collaboratively, and we do that collectively, and we do that as a group, just working to create this global impact. And that's important to each and every one of us. Can I you don't have your mic with you, Joe, pick up your mic. Go ahead.
What was the question?
Oh, there was no question, just putting your 2 cents before we shut down for the day.
The connection that Karina was talking about and that Dina was talking about is so important. When they had us separate from people for 6 feet, that literally was getting us out of our bubble, and it has become so strange to be in that connection. And so I encourage you to reach out and to try and get closer to people when you feel safe, to do that, to be able to get that connection back in, because it's one of those things where it's like our light, our candle is not going to get duller by giving light to another. And so being in that connection, watch to see that grow. So reach out to people, reconnect, and re-enliven you and your community.
Lynn?
I would encourage people to see the magazine and the website, the Meta Lifestyle Magazine magazine and website, and the show as a place to start, and then to move from there into the actual physical connection with other people. And the amazing thing is that when you have the joy of connecting in person with people, you'll be reminded of how you got there. you'll be reminded that you read an article, you saw an event on the website, you did something that reminded you that you're actually a human being who thrives on connection with other human beings. We kind of forgot that for the last couple of years because we were all, told to
Hiding.
go, we were putting time out for a couple of years, right? even adults, we were putting time out. So it's time, if no one's told you, time out is over. And you can come back out now and you can
Come out and play.
really be with other human beings and have fun again. And remember what it's like to laugh and smile with other people face to face.
Find your tribe. Find your holistic tribe. We're here.
Here we are. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week at our meet and greet events. And like I said, go to the website and you're going to get all that information. And I'll reach out to most of you through, again, social media, whatever that is. And remember, it's not just a print magazine, it is also digital. So if you want a copy of the digital, just also go to the website and it's available. And you can have it there. You could subscribe for your free edition. And because we love you so much, go to, again, the website /gift and get your free gift or free giveaway that each member that has been coming to the show has been putting out there, so that you guys, for tuning in and thank you for being here, so you can go and claim your free gift. So we look forward to seeing you next week. Please reach out to us with any comment, suggestion, ideas, feedback, and we just love to hear from you. So looking forward to see you next week at the Meta Lifestyle Magazine Show, the source for enhancing, impacting, and transforming lifestyles.
Bye, everyone.
Are you a member of the Meta Lifestyle Club? Become a member and get access to all the perks we offer at metalifestylemagazine.com/club to get started. Thanks for watching the Meta Lifestyle Magazine Show. And don't forget to subscribe to the magazine and tune in every week to get inspired and create your lifestyle by design.
Miss Karina's a big dreamer, a metaphysician on a mission of inspiration and transformation, which led her to this manifestation. Miss Aruba, Island Queen, Meta Lifestyle Magazine. Miss Karina's a big dreamer, a metaphysician on a mission of inspiration and transformation, which led her to this manifestation. Miss Aruba, Island Queen, Meta Lifestyle Magazine.